How to use AI to stop overthinking. I am a chronic overthinker. I have been in the past. I've had panic attacks from overthinking. That started as overthinking and really progressed there. For me, what I overthink about is my business, my life, my impact, how I'm spending my time, the opportunity cost of how I'm spending my time. And it's this weird, love-hate relationship because now, I live in Thailand right now. I'm going to be in Bali in a few weeks. I have an online business. I'm pretty free. And yet, what got me here is a lot of that overthinking, anxiety, just looping in my head. Like, are you doing the right thing? Like, why didn't you make it yet? Like, what are you doing? Like, really judging myself and not being nice to myself, like looping on these thoughts. And I've also overthought a lot about girls, about health, about how fat I was. Okay, let's start that over. How to use ChatGPT to stop overthinking. This is an incredibly useful tool that I want to give to you if you are someone who overthinks a lot. For me, I've been a chronic overthinker in my life. It's usually around girls. It's been about business, a lot of the business overthinking. For me, I've had this strong ambition inside of me my entire life to build a business, to become financially free and have a large impact on the world. And I've overthought so much about, am I making the right choices? Is this the right job for me? Am I spending the time right? Like, should I quit this job and start the business? Like, even when I was in college, I was like, should I be socializing with people? Should I be spending this time, or should I be just trying to grind and work on something? Like, those thoughts would lead me to panic attacks where I'd literally just be at the mercy of the thinking and the loops of the thoughts spiraling and feeling just this tension in my chest and my stomach and just being so angry at myself and not knowing, why is there a bug here? I'm on the 47th floor of this building. I was in an emotional monologue. What the hell? But I've really overcome a lot of my overthinking, and I'm not going to say that this method with ChatGPT is what cured my overthinking or it was the sole method that got me here. Like, I will say I've used meditation and breath work and regular journaling for a long time before AI was really the thing it is today. But AI and ChatGPT, whatever tool you're using, even Sahaj now maybe, which is my AI journaling tool, it is an extremely interesting medium for someone who overthinks, right? Because if you overthink, you tend to have a lot of repeating, spiraling thoughts, right? And what's really interesting, what I've noticed, is if I'm in one of these states where I'm overthinking, and then I write or I speak for 10 to 30 minutes into AI, like I have like straight 10 minutes of my just actual dialogue out loud. Like I'm talking to a camera alone in my room right now, like similar to this vibe, but on my computer into the AI tool. And I have, after 10 minutes, just my raw thought process of whatever I'm overthinking about. Then I give that to AI. The response you get back from this input is very, very regulating. When you read back this response and you see what AI has to say about what your thoughts are, it's extremely powerful. It doesn't just summarize what you have to say. If you use some crappy AI journal, like maybe it does, like there's some competitors to my app I've seen and I've tried their apps and it's so bad, but even if you just use ChatGPT or Claude, right, and you put in your raw thoughts into it, you don't just get a summary. It really meets you where you are, and it takes into consideration all of the patterns and repeated thoughts that you're having over and over and over again. Because when you're overthinking, when you're spiraling, over a 10 to 20 minute period that you're writing or speaking, you tend to repeat the same thing like over and over again in different ways. Like the core insecurity, the core thing that you're overthinking about tends to come up over and over again. And you kind of hit it from different angles. If you're overthinking about a girl, like it tends to be this level of insecurity and pain and tension that you're feeling being expressed in a bunch of different ways. And AI is excellent. It's excellent at what is it? Pattern identification. There's a better word for that, right? I've used this word so much in my own brain recently. Pattern finding. I guess we'll go with that. Pattern finding. Able to find patterns in, like, sift through just a raw amount of data and find those common patterns. And for us as humans, like, as we talk out loud, especially when we're in an emotional state and we're overthinking, we tend to just have all of this jumble of crap and emotion, and it's not very coherent. It's not like this linear thing of like, I'm overthinking this because of this reason. And I can recognize that it's this reason that was caused by this thing that happened 15 years ago when I was a child. And now I can recognize that from that memory of trauma that emotionally wired me at this point as a child, that I can rewire it now as I go back and my inner child can be healed so that I can become joyful, peaceful, and one with God in the moment. Now, like, none of us talk like that, right? Like, none of us really know that. I'm low-key getting close to that though these days. I'm cracked at journaling. I'm cracked at healing myself. But most of us, we can't think like that. We can't go like that. It's usually this jumble of mess of this emotion and everything that's happening. But when AI gets that and it finds those patterns, it's really able to sift through and find that core thing for you. And that's what makes it so powerful. Because when you read it back, I actually find that I stop overthinking. I actually see the response and I'm like, oh, I see now. I'm feeling this, and it's probably coming from this reason. Oh, it really meets you where you are. It takes in all the information. I'd say even better than like an actual therapist. I know this is like a hot take. This is a really hot take. But like a human being, it's pretty hard for them to take in all of your context, all of the things that you're saying, and be able to meet you at every piece of your area, especially if you're in this overthinking state. Because now you're not even like just talking about the girl. You're talking about work, health, like where you are. Like, you're such a fat person. Like, why are you even doing that? And like, you're not even working hard on like in school. Like, what is your purpose? And like, you start attacking like every other area of your life, right? AI is great at like seeing the whole picture, seeing that underlying pattern, so that when that comes to your awareness, it's like a shock. And it's so helpful for you to break out of the pattern, to break out of the overthinking, and at least take that first step to becoming aware that you're in that state of overthinking, and you actually can see some logic and get some support from a human-like language model. Right? I'm not saying that it's like real or it's a person or anything. Like, it's a LLM at the end of the day. It's just like an algorithm trying to show us specific words that appeal to us, right? But even knowing that it's doing that, even if it glazes us a bit and compliments us, like, if at the end of the day you're guided out of an overthinking state into a more regulated state, that is an extremely useful tool to have at your disposal at any time. So go give this a try. You can try it in my app down below. I basically made it completely for this use case, and it's just better than the big guys, and like it learns about you over time, all these things. But even if you have like a ChatGPT or Claude subscription, just try it on your own. Speak into it, write into it, especially the next time you're in that state of mind, and then get that reflection back, and even go back and forth with that reflection after that until you're guided out of the state. Try it out for me. Let me know down below if you do. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.